war overtones when Russia rejected Turkey's claim, and Ankara responded by asking for an emergency NATO meeting, eliciting more Russian anger and ridicule. After the meeting, the NATO Secretary General, Jens Stoltenberg, called for calm and de-escalation and said the Allies stand in solidarity with Turkey. It was thought to be the first time a NATO country has shot down a Russian plane in half a century. And while few expect a military escalation, with neither Russia nor NATO wanting to go to war, the incident highlighted the dangers of Russian and NATO combat aircraft operating in the same theater and has soured chances for a diplomatic breakthrough over Syria. Turkey's decision to fire on a Russian warplane attacking targets in Syria has raised tensions between Moscow and NATO and undercut efforts to persuade Russia to drop its support for President Bashar al-Assad of Syria. Mr. Obama said again Tuesday that Russian air attacks on moderate opponents of Mr. Assad had only helped him and that they should be directed at the Islamic State. Countries have been concerned about Mr. Erdogan's increasingly authoritarian tendencies for some time, and NATO officials acknowledge that Turkey's agenda in Syria does not always match that of Washington, Britain, or France, let alone Russia. Russia's retaliation so far has been largely symbolic. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov cancelled a Wednesday visit to Turkey, and a large Russian tour operator, Natalie Tours, announced it was suspending sales to Turkey. Russians accounted for 12% of all tourists to Turkey last year. The two countries are also significant trade partners. But Russia-Turkey relations will drop below zero, Ivan Konovalov, director of the Center for Strategic Trends Studies, said on the state-run Rossiya 24 cable news channel.